The Indiana Parenting Guidelines are supposed to decide which parent spends time with a child when divorced or separated parents can't agree. Many Hoosiers say these guidelines are far from perfect. Well, that might change soon. An Indiana Supreme Court panel is seeking public comment on new guidelines that are very different than the current ones.
Whose weekend is it? If I had 2 weekends in a row, do we switch? Who gets the birthday? If it's on Thanksgiving and I get Thanksgiving, but it's his year to get birthday.
It's countless questions like these divorced parents have been asking or feuding about for years. But as divorce attorney Lanae Harden explains, proposed new guidelines could provide needed relief.
And I think one of the great things about these guidelines is disputes will be reduced, and therefore attorneys' fees will be reduced for these parents who can spend their money on their children as opposed to litigating about their children.
One of the big proposed changes concerns holidays. Martin Luther King Jr. Day and President's Day would be addressed, as would who gets the kids' fall break. And Christmas and New Year's, now two separate holiday breaks under the current rules, would be combined into one and divided in half between each parent.
I had situations where people were calling on Christmas Eve, and it's really upsetting for a parent not to know if they're going to get their parenting time on Christmas Eve. They've made plans.
The current rules don't allow a parent to have a child 3 weekends in a row. That would change in the new plan. Harden says one big change is the addition of a parallel parenting plan.
There is now a special provision relating to situations where the parents cannot get along. They're litigating every year.
And Harden says the rise of parenting coordinators is seen in the new rules.
In these situations, instead of calling your attorney, having them call their attorney, go back and forth, you go to this independent third party that's neutral, and she kind of mediates these disputes between the parties.
These guidelines could go into effect as early as July 1st.
The best thing that can happen is to keep disputes to a minimum because it's costly, it's emotionally upsetting, and it can be damaging to the children as well.
However, and it's a big however, Harden says it appears the guidelines will just apply to new divorces, unless both exes who abide by the current rules agree to adopt the new ones. If you want to look over the proposed guidelines, just head to our website, theindychannel.com. You have until March 26th to weigh in on the matter.